Okay, so you want to know about how to deal with being mediocre in life because you've been told over and over again that being average is not good enough and that you do not want to live a life of mediocrity. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on that and exactly how to deal with being
mediocre at best.
Now, this is where people would normally give a disclaimer about, if you're the kind of person that is offended very easily, then you probably shouldn't watch this video. But I'm not going to do that because this video might not go the way that you think it's going to go, and I would encourage you to watch it all the way to the end so that you can get the maximum benefit from it. Now, if you are new to Freedom Through Confidence, welcome. My name is Ben, and I created this channel to give confidence and life advice to the average Joe. And we're going to be talking all about mediocrity in this video. And a lot of self-improvement and personal development channels have a lot to say about being mediocre or being average and things like that.
Right now, if you're watching this video, if you're not making $10,000 per month on autopilot, I don't want to call you an idiot again, but you're not too smart.
In fact, one of the first YouTube channels that I watched on self-improvement, you might know it, he has, I think, like 1 million or something subscribers, is a channel called Fight Mediocrity. It is where I got started looking at his book summaries, and it kind of got me to where I am now. But what I've come to realize over the years of being involved in self-improvement is that this idea that you shouldn't be average or that you shouldn't be mediocre in any way does a disservice to the majority of people trying to get involved in self-improvement. Let me explain. In self-improvement, there is so much pressure to be exceptional, to be the best at everything, and to move towards perfectionism, even though there will be so many people in self-improvement who will say that perfectionism will kill your progress, kill your motivation, and it will ruin your life. But at the same time, they will push a concept to you which you might have read in Tony Robbins' book Awaken the Giant Within and heard repeated by any number of other people in the self-improvement space, and that is continuous and never-ending improvement. This idea that you can always be a little bit better at something. And the way that I understand continuous and never-ending improvement is it's just another word for perfectionism, but made into a fancy acronym so that it seems smarter.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
Now, I'm not denying that you can always be a little bit better at something. Of course, there is always room for improvement. But the nuance that seems to be always missing from this idea of continuous never-ending improvement is the idea that you could be enough just as you are. And I'm not saying that no people in the self-improvement space are talking about this idea that you could be good enough just as you are. There are. I want to talk more about the gurus that would be pushing this reframed idea of perfectionism that might very well ruin your progress and ruin your entire personal development journey. And when you clicked on this video, you might have noticed a hashtag in the title that says #average is awesome. That is what I want to talk about in this video because, and please believe me when I say this, there is nothing wrong with being average. In fact, there's nothing wrong with being less than average as well. You are absolutely fine just the way you are. And you might think that that is a little bit pandering or whatever, but genuinely that is the case. And there should be absolutely no shame in being average or being less than average. That is why I changed the entire kind of subtitle to this channel to Confidence and Life Advice for the Average Joe, because I started to recognize that not everyone can be exceptional. Not everyone that gets into health and fitness is going to become a fitness model or the next Mr. Olympia. not everyone that starts a side business or a hustle or something like that is going to become a millionaire in their 30s. Not everyone that goes out and starts to work on their confidence and dating skills is going to become like the next Barney Stinson. It's not gonna happen.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead.
Yes, there's gonna be outliers always, but it's important to recognize that not everyone is going to be a kind of top 1%er in whatever area of self-improvement that they're working on. Like, as much as I'm going to strive in my life to try and become as successful as possible, there is every likelihood that I might never make more than, I don't know, 30-40k a year. Like, there is every likelihood that that is where I could cap out in terms of salary. I might never get as fit and healthy as I want to in my life. I might never travel the world. I might never do any number of achievements and goals that would seem exceptional or above the average. And I'm actually more or less okay with that, because I believe at this point that being average is awesome. If you just want to live your best life whilst working a 9-to-5 job and living in like basically a perfect nuclear family, and like that's it, and you want your house and your white picket fence, like that is absolutely fine. You shouldn't have this pressure in the back of your mind that you're not doing enough, that you're not making millions of dollars and living in a big mansion and driving a Lamborghini every single day. Like, that isn't going to be achievable for most people. And in all honesty, the only reason why this concept of continuous never-ending improvement, or basically modified perfectionism, keeps getting thrown in your face so many times is because inadequacy sells. This is something that I've spoken about in my kind of big deep dive into the self-improvement industry that I put out maybe like 6 months or so ago. It's a very enjoyable video to make, and I would highly recommend going and watching it. But one of the key points I made in that video is that inadequacy sells. If somebody can make you feel inadequate and then show that they have a solution for that manufactured inadequacy, there's oftentimes not a cap on the amount of money you would give that person to solve that perceived inadequacy. That's why you see all of these YouTube adverts, and they're driving Lamborghinis and doing these adverts in massive mansions with a big pool and like 30 models, and that's not the life that they're living. These are just people and houses and cars that they've hired for the day to make you feel inadequate, so that you can think, well, I want a bit of his cake. And these people end up scamming people out of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't believe me? Check out the CoffeeZilla channel or Spencer Corneli. Like, these guys do a great job on exposing that kind of thing, because the whole idea is that if they can make you feel inadequate, then they can sell. Ultimately, some of the happiest people that I've ever met in my life are living the simplest lives. They don't go after these massive goals. They just know what works for them, and they are happy living an average, normal life. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't set big goals, because if you want to achieve something, then you should go after it. I 100% believe that. But go after goals and set targets for things that actually mean something to you. There's no sense in going out and trying to start a side business because you saw someone online say that that was the right thing to do, and now they're living in a massive house and driving a very fancy supercar and date models every single day. Like, there's no sense in picking a goal because someone online told you it's the right thing to do. I messed up in my self-improvement journey for like the first 4 or 5 years because I kept setting goals that I thought I should set instead of doing something that I wanted to do instead. Like, I wasted so much money on setting up a blog and writing for my own blog before I kind of came to realize that I actually don't like writing, but I do enjoy making videos. I do enjoy getting in front and actually just talking to people. Like, that's what I enjoy doing. rather than writing. And I enjoy this process a whole lot more because having a YouTube channel and making videos, even if nobody sees them, is enjoyable for me. It's a goal that works for me. And I probably won't make it big as a YouTuber. I might never get like a silver plaque or even get like over 10,000 subscribers. I might never get far in it, but I truly believe that being average is not just fine, being average is awesome. That is that hashtag again, hashtag average is awesome. So if you are struggling with feeling mediocre or feeling like you are not good enough, first of all, there's a ton of videos on this channel that can help you with that. So, you know, I'll just plug that there and leave that in the description. Most mediocrity is completely fabricated by people who want to sell you on something. The most important thing you could do, the best thing you could do for yourself, is to find goals that interest you, find goals that mean something to you, and work towards them no matter what. Like, really, it is just as simple as that. You find something that works for you and then you keep at it, not because somebody online told you that it's a good goal to work towards, but because it is something that you want to do. And know when you are good enough. You don't have to be the best at whatever it is that you want to do. You can just settle for being good enough or a little bit better than you were at the start, and that is absolutely fine. Now, I appreciate that this has been kind of ranty and rambly as a video, but I did have some stuff that I wanted to get off of my chest about self-improvement and about this idea of mediocrity being bad or being average being bad. Like, at the end of the day, do what you want as long as it makes you happy. Don't let somebody online, not even me, tell you what to do. Work towards goals that mean something to you. Do what makes you most happy in life, and that is what self-improvement is all about. So if you've got any thoughts, any questions, any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, you like what you hear and you want to see more videos like this and on the subject of confidence and life advice for the average Joe, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Check out the new videos as they're coming out. But otherwise, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I look forward to seeing you back here on this channel very soon.